Knitting with a circular needle. To get started with a circular needle, begin by casting on stitches just as you would with a straight needle. I'm using the long tail cast on method here, but the knitted cast on or any other method will work as well. It's a matter of your individual preference or what is called for in your pattern. I'm continuing to load up my needle with stitches, again, just as I would if I were casting on with a straight needle. While your pattern will indicate the length of circular needle to use, you do always want to be certain that you're using a circular needle with a smaller circumference than that of your project. I will continue to cast on stitches until I have the number of stitches on my needle that are called for in my pattern. Once those are cast on, you'll want to be certain that all of your stitches are facing in the same direction and that you're not creating a twist in your work. I'm going to place a stitch marker on my needle between the first and last stitches of my round. To join my round, I'm going to knit into the first stitch on my left needle, and I'm going to put a little extra tension on my working yarn just to avoid a gap in my work. Now that first stitch is knit, I have joined my work and I can continue knitting all of the rest of the stitches in this round, just as I would if I were knitting with straight needles. As I've placed a marker between the first and last stitch of my round, I'll always know when I'm starting a new round. I'm now nearing the end of my round, and I'm just still continuing to knit. I'm approaching where my stitch marker is located on my needle. And once I encounter that stitch marker, after knitting this final stitch of the round, I'm just going to move it from my left needle to my right. This will be abbreviated in your instructions as SM for slip marker. Now I can go ahead and continue knitting in rounds. And that's how you use a circular needle to knit in the round.